bottle bubbling. I'm bald and black and love my.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Talking Through the Movies. I'm your host, Chris Fagan. This is your home for entertainment news and reviews by fans for fans here on the T3 Media Studios channel. Thank you guys for joining us. We're back on a Thursday. We haven't done a proper Thursday episode in a while, but I'm joined with my lovely wife, and you all better wish her a happy birthday, Joy Fagan. Hey, baby.
Hey.
Here we go. Happy birthday. No, we can't do that right now. We're running out of time. So, guys, we're going to talk about the latest news that's going on in the world of movies. This is Talking Through the Movies. So we have some quick topics that we're going to talk about. We're going to review some things, some TV as well, and just get your thoughts on all those things. We have like a goal that we're trying to accomplish. So I said it, Super Chats isn't something that a lot of guys out here, guys and gals on this stream does. I'm hoping to change that. We do love your support. If you want to send a Super Chat, if we hit the target goal that we're going for, then I will stay for the overtime and do a proper We Got Your Mail, a Q&A type of show with you guys. But if we don't, then no, you get nothing. Maybe there'll be a little nudity too. I don't know. I'll let you know about that. We'll see if my wife sanctions that. But we'll get right into it. Guys, let's start off with the first topic of talking through the movies. Okay, babe, what we got? What's first on the headlines that we have going on right now, babe?
Well, it was you.
I know we didn't rehearse. Oh, I guess I'll kick it off. Let's go back. Hey, Chris, what do we got for talking to the movies? Kicking us off from Screen Rant, we are hearing buzz and rumors about Punisher and Smart Hulk potentially appearing in Spider-Man Brand New Day, or what's rumored for the Spider-Man 4 movie. Reports suggest a street-level showdown where Spider-Man and Punisher might, I won't say team up. That's a rumor. I don't think they'll team up, but it says might team up to take on the Hulk. I doubt that's the situation. With some theories even tying Peter Parker and Bruce's backstory to Dark Force and Light Force. Joy, what are your initial thoughts on these significant characters' inclusions and this potential storyline for the next Spider-Man film? What do you think about the Hulk and the Punisher being in the upcoming Spider-Man Brand New Day?
It's interesting because those are total opposite personalities.
I say polar opposite. Yeah.
So that would be interesting to see how that would work out. I know, probably the Smart Hulk. I think people were maybe hoping we might get to see some more angry Hulk. As well, not just
non-neutered Hulk. Yeah, but I would think that if there was any character that could pull out that, I would love it if John Bernthal's The Punisher would have that heart-to-heart coming to Jesus moment that he had with Daredevil when he kicked his ass on that roof, tied him up, and it was this technically debating him about his technique, the whole, you take a guy down, you take him to jail, he gets right back out on the street the next day. I put a guy down, he stays down type of conversation, where it's like the Punisher would be telling Hulk, you've been pretty much neutered for the past 5 years, acting with this whole wearing glasses thing, Professor. What happened to the rageful, anger Hulk kind of? Maybe John Bernthal is the person to bring that out. But as far as Spider-Man 4, with all the Spider-Man movies back when it was the home trilogy, what was the first one? It was Homecoming, then Far From Home, then No Way Home, I believe, right? Now the fourth one is Brand New Day. So it's like, is this the day? Is this a day trilogy? Is it like Brand New Day, and then what? What's the next one probably going to be called? Day of the Dead or something. But they're still continuing with the tradition of bringing an MCU character in to, I guess, kind of team up or guide, mentor or whatever Spider-Man. I doubt that they're doing the mentor thing anymore. But I feel like this is going to be more of a anti-hero. We're at odds at first, and then we probably become unlikely partners in the end. I'm pretty sure Spider-Man is going to have to try to prevent John Bernthal from like unaliving so many people. And that'll be the funny thing. Like, stopping me from, unaliving these people. So I'm thinking that that's what's going to be like the whole movie, right? At least. I don't know. Anyway. But John Bernthal, though, I mean, what do you think of it?
I'd like to see more Punisher, so.
Like some more punishment? I wish you would look at me and say something like that. I would love some more Punisher. But, I think I still want to get you to watch. You've never seen the Accountant movies, right?
Mm-mm.
No, I want to see. I've seen the Accountant, but I want to see the Accountant too. But I want to get you to watch the part 1 first. But I love John Bernthal. But the theory is that Smart Hulk will be maybe a professor at Peter's upcoming college or something like that. You think that's likely?
Yeah. I mean, he is Smart Hulk, so.
Yeah. Last question would be, and I guess the question, guys, is for you guys. Will Punisher be at odds, be the anti-hero or the protagonist for a while, probably until they have to team up maybe at the end? Or do you think he'll be a unlikely friend from the beginning to the end or anything like that? What do you think? You think they'll be at odds first, or?
I mean, that typically seems to be the way it goes.
Yeah.
With them being such polar opposite personalities, it kind of be in opposition until we come to terms or agreement.
Yeah,
or at least
a bigger threat. Yeah, when a bigger threat comes to the table. But Punisher, I believe that's when the Punisher in the comic books. That's how the Punisher was introduced, was in as a Spider-Man comic book. So I'm hoping that they'll recreate that comic book cover. But let us know what you guys think about that. And like I always say, let's keep talking. Share your thoughts on it. What do you think about John Bernthal joining the cast of Spider-Man Brand New Day? And will Professor Hulk be a college professor, or will Punisher, help him be unnerved, as some people are saying? Let us know in the comments. Before we move on to the next topic, I want to point to you guys, let you know that there is a for me, I forgot to put back the for me in there, but there's a poll in there. So for me, there is a question for Marvel versus DC, most anticipated film. For you, what is your most anticipated movie? Vote in the comments right now. Is it the upcoming Superman film, or is the upcoming Fantastic Four? Let me know. What is it? What is the one that you feel like is for you? And if you want to comment, say to give me your reasons, and start it off with, for me, I like, I'm looking for Superman. Or for me, I'm waiting for Fantastic Four. Just let us know, because I love being able to use this button and go. For me. Oh, let me see. I don't even know if you can hear it. Let's see. Let me try it again. Let me push it in. This button right here.
For me.
Yeah, I love pushing the for me button. So, all right, let's move on to the next topic. What's the next topic we have, babe?
From superhero hype and comic book movie, we have confirmation regarding the MCU's X-Men Director. Ryan Coogler has reportedly confirmed that Jake Schreier, who directed Thunderbolts, will be helming the X-Men reboot from Marvel Studios. Chris, what's your take on that? Does his past work inspire confidence for the mutant?
Yeah, I mean, we saw Thunderbolts. I think he did a good job. I think this will be a good pick. I know that Thunderbolts didn't perform as good as what people would hope. I know the Go Woke, Go Broke crowd was hoping that this would be a litmus test that movies that they do not want should always fail in movies like Thunderbolts. They were putting their chips into Thunderbolts, wanting it to be a sign that movies that are done like that is how movies like for Marvel should be from this day forward. But I don't know. It was a good movie. And it was better than Captain America 4, but Captain America 4 made more money than it. But for reasons I can't explain why. But The question is, what do I think about the Thunderbolts director directing an upcoming X-Men movie? I like it. I think he did a great job with Thunderbolts. I love Thunderbolts. I did like it better than Captain America 4, but not for the reason that those other people are saying. So I don't mind at all. I hope that for whatever vision that he presented to Feige, I hope that it's good. I mean, obviously Feige loves to work multiple times with directors that he trusts, that brings something to the table, that will be good little soldiers like the Russo brothers, whatnot. So yeah, go for it. I have nothing against it. This is the guy who directed Thunderbolts. So what are your thoughts on it? What do you think about him taking on an upcoming X-Men?
Well, I mean, I enjoyed Thunderbolts, so I mean, if we get something along those lines, I think it'll be good.
Yeah. I think that it's fine. But that's the question. What do you guys think about the fact that this news was broken? It was rumored, but the news was broken by Ryan Coogler. He was on a podcast, just shooting the shit and just talking. And he was like, well, "What do you think about the upcoming X-Men?" Oh, no, John. Jake is directing that. It was rumored that he was in talks for it, but he just straight up out of nowhere just confirmed it. Do you think Kevin Feige is like pissed, or do you think that was on purpose? Like, or do you
probably on purpose? Like, yeah, you can drop it whenever you feel ready to. Okay, fine. I'm just gonna throw it out. I'm just gonna shock people and toss it out there real quick
on a podcast that nobody right? But I'm gonna say that it was an accident, but Ryan Coogler is that guy who Kevin Feige can't. Well, he'll be mad at him. I mean, but what you gonna do? What you gonna do? You're gonna say, "Well, you can't direct Black Panther 3." Yeah, right, whatever. But it's like Tom Holland, how he always is known for spoiling everything. So, and it's just become an ongoing joke now. I think it was probably not on purpose, but what you gonna do to Ryan Coogler? Oh, that's my take on it, guys. I don't know what you guys think. Are you upset? Are you happy? Are you? Is there another director that you had in mind? What do you think about Jake? Is it Sherrier, the director of the Thunderbolts movie, taking on the upcoming X-Men movie? Do you think? Here's another question. When should we get another teaser or introduction to a character, just like the way we got Riri for Ironheart introduced in Wakanda Forever? Should we get an X-Men like Storm introduced in Wakanda, Black Panther 3? What do you think? Let me know. We'll talk about that. But that's a good question. That's some homework for you. Let me know in the chat. What do you think? Should we get an X-Men introduced in? Should we get Storm introduced in Black Panther 3? Let me know in the comments. All right. What's next? What do we got? Let's see. Is that what, Entertainment Weekly? Is that the next one?
Yeah.
That we got? We have, moving to some surprising sequel news from People and Entertainment Weekly. The headline is that The Social Network 2 is in the works, with Aaron Sorkin as writer and director. The report states that, what does it say here? The report states that Aaron Sorkin, who wrote the original 2010 film, a movie that I love, by the way. I watch Social Network at least once or twice a year, if not more. A film about Facebook's origins, is set to write and direct a follow-up. This is just rumors right now. Drawing inspiration from the Wall Street Journal's 2021 investigation, The Facebook Files. Joy, what are your reactions to the news of a sequel to The Social Network? Did you like or watch The Social Network?
Yeah, that's a great movie. Mm-hmm. Do I think we need a second one? I don't know. I mean, the initial one I get, because that's a whole how did we get Facebook? Right. So that gives people the background of how it came together and who created it and the that made sense. Right. Now it's like we have all watched and heard. I mean, I don't know that it's really necessary to.
You don't want to find out how poking became a thing. Remember poking on Facebook. But I mean, it's based on the accusations that Zuckerberg kiss up to Trump, I guess, changed the whole way Facebook's algorithm act and would allow fake, content. If you were willing to pay the money, we'll allow you to say whatever you want on ads and stuff like that. Which contributed to, but the theory that Russia was able to infiltrate our elections by using Facebook because they didn't, police where the money was coming from, and they did not police what they were allowed to promote. Like, Joe Biden is a lizard, or Kamala is a this or that and the other. It didn't matter if it was true or not. If the check cleared, Facebook would allow like that the 20, like I said, the 20, it said the 2021 the Facebook file. Like you don't think like a movie from where the social network where it began to where it was at that point, you don't think that's an interesting story, or do you?
I'm sure it is for some people.
Or is it the fatigue of dealing with the elections? Yeah, that's probably what you're thinking. Like, oh my God, let's just move on from this. Like, what do you think? Is that how you feel?
I would need to see probably some trailers to get a feel of
how you feel about
what are we gonna
more Zucky Ducky
be talking about? And
Zucky Ducky is what I'm gonna call him from now on. Zucky Ducky Quack Quack is his new name. But you don't want to see Zucky Ducky 2, Electric Boogaloo?
Not necessarily.
No. All right. Well, all right. Let us know what you guys think. What do you think? Do you guys want to see Zucky Ducky 2, a.k.a. The Social Network 2? You know who won't be in that movie? Armie Hammer with those twins. Yeah, they're definitely not bringing those guys up anymore. Who could be in a Social Network 2? Andrew Garfield, the person that played the co-founder that got screwed over. Definitely bring him back. But Armie Hammer's not coming back, even though he was one of the best things about the original. I didn't even know that was just one guy. He did such a good job. I thought he had a twin brother. I thought those were two guys. They did such a good job in it. You think Sinners did it great? No. Watch Social Network. They did an outstanding job. Too bad he started eating people. Anyway, let us know what you guys think. Are you looking forward to a possible Social Network 2, Zucky Ducky Quack Quack? Let me know what you guys think. Comment below. What we got? What's the next topic we got for today? Are we ready for review time and stuff? Is it finally? Are we moving on fast enough to move on? I think it's reviews. Okay, you know what? But before we move on to reviews, we're gonna take a little time. I'm gonna do a little quick ad. Thing because I promised someone that I would shout their company out, and I'm a man of my word. I want to do that, so I'm going to take a little bit of time to show some love to somebody. We're going to take like a little 2-minute break, and let me put the logo back up to do this little 2-minute break thing. You guys can still hear me, I think. You guys, or should it be here? No. We'll put this up. There we go. 2-minute warning that we got going on. Let's see if I can bring myself up real quick. No, I don't have it up there. Y'all, man, I don't. All right. Let's see. Do I? All right, give me a second. All right. Technical difficulties, guys. Okay, I'm going to just copy and paste. And now 2 minutes starts. Well, this is a 1-minute countdown. Let's fix this. All right, for the ad break. All right, let's bring me back up. Where am I? Is there a paste? Nope. All right, let's bring me back up. Here we go. Copy. All right. Paste. All right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do this in real time because I don't want to have to do all that damn editing. So that's why you see me like struggling trying to figure out what the heck is going on. You guys are like, what the hell are you doing, Chris? All right, there's a reason that you see me doing this. All right. And I'll put the countdown back on. So I'm about to do a little quick. Yeah, this is like the commercial break part of it. But I promised someone that I would shout them out because they were a good service. So okay, this is mainly for you people who are out there living in the in the Houston area. If you're in the Houston area, and let's say you're in a legal situation, I don't care if it's for you being sued, or if you have to sue someone, or family law, whatever the situation is. If you are a person in the Houston area, greater Houston area, and you need to have someone served, what you need to do is you need to reach out to let me make sure I get the name correct. I'm gonna, before I butcher it or say the wrong thing, let me go back and make sure. Hold on, here we go. All right, what you need to do is call Absolute Process. Go to Absolute Process, call them. Look, I'll make sure in this I'll put the contact information. But if you're looking to have someone served and you want a process server that their service fees are reasonable, they are low, very competitive compared to everyone that you're looking at. If you are in the middle of a legal matter and you have to have someone served in the greater Houston area, reach out to Absolute Process. Very professional. Response time is amazing. Look, there was a situation where I had to have someone legally served, and there was a tight window when this needed to happen. Not only did they make it happen, they communicated properly, and they let me know what the status was. And as I was just freaking out the whole time, wondering, oh my goodness, is this going to even happen? Is this service, is this stuff legit? Oh my God, what did I do? Did I waste money? No, it was very professional. The process server reassured me every step of the way, and it got done. Now, that doesn't guarantee a certain outcome in court. That's not what they're about. They're about serving the people that you want to get served. So if you want to reach out to a process server if you have a legal issue that's going on and you need to have someone served, I'm not saying it's going to be like Seth Rogen from Pineapple Express, where they like dress up in costumes and pretend to be a delivery person and then sneak into the place and have the person, you've been served. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I'm not saying that that's probably going to happen. So, but all I'm saying is, if you want professionalism and a timely manner, and you want a person that's going to communicate with you every step of the way and reassure you that it's going to get done, call Absolute Process. I'll put the contact information here below. Let them know that Chris from T3 Media sent you, and let's just get it done. All right, guys. All right, we got a few seconds left, and we'll let this little countdown continue, and we will be right back. All right, guys, we're back. Look, we're going to do a quick review. This is review time for the show. We recently saw an advanced screening. We were invited to see the movie F1 starring Brad Pitt. And we want to give a quick review on it. We saw it, last week, right? Mm-hmm. Last Monday. Yeah, there was another screening of it this past Monday, but I think the movie came out either today or tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And I was just told that it coincided with the beginning of the actual was it F1? Yeah, F1
the
races and whatnot. I was like, that's good. That's brilliant marketing. I'm going to tell you one thing. First, before I give you my quick review, I gave a review on our blog. If you go to t3medias.com, you'll see my review for F1. I gave my thoughts on it. And thank you to Warner Brothers for inviting us to go screen this movie. So you want my full written review, go to our website and let us know what you think. This is my quick little video review of it. We forgot to do a right out of the theater review of it. And there's another channel out there. I promise I wouldn't talk about that channel that much in this channel anymore. Who made a little claim or a little joke that they started the whole out of theater review. I need you to check T3 Media's manuscript and see how long I have been doing right out of the theater reviews before you make a claim like that, sir. Anyway, but we didn't do it right out of theater review of this one. So here's our official review of F1. Let me get your thoughts on it real quick, babe. What did you think of F1 with Brad Pitt?
I loved it. I thought it was a fantastic movie. And I don't know a thing about racing. Nothing. But it was enjoyable and thrilling, exciting, funny. It was just a really solid movie that I would totally watch more than one time.
Anything that stood out more than the other? What was it stood out to you exactly? Like any details?
I mean, it's made by the same people that did Top Gun Maverick,
right?
So it doesn't surprise me the angles of the racing from the.
'Cause you loved that movie.
Yes, yeah. You're seeing them from inside the car,
Right.
and all those angles, so that it seems very realistic, like you're racing, which that's a really nice. People tend to like that, so it seems like you're in the moment.
Yeah.
And just, I just felt like the way they, yes, it's got some of those points of what people would say, oh, it's that standard feel-good type of movie.
Bromance kind of.
But I don't know. There was a certain point in time where there was too many of those movies. People get burnt out, but we don't have an overabundance of that right now. So I feel like it's warranted.
Yeah.
It's very fitting, and we need a little feel good.
Yeah.
So it was just a great movie.
I agree. I enjoyed it. Like you, just like you said, it's one of those situations where I'm not a Formula One person, and I was afraid that going in that I was going to be like, I mean, the technical stuff. If they get too technical in it, I was like, oh man, it's going to bore me. I'm not going to care about any of that stuff. But the way they explained it in real time and was quick. It didn't take me out. And I was like, oh, I learned something. Oh, okay, that's how points work. Oh, that's why. Because the joke about like racing, like I think it was on The Simpsons, they always said that people only really watch for the crashes and whatnot. The crashes was like, I'm not gonna. When I say worse, I don't mean worse like the movie was bad. I mean like the worst part, because you really feel bad for when you see these racers go through that. They didn't glorify the crashes to that point where you could make that joke. No. When you saw that happening, I was like, oh my God, no, I hope they're okay. Which I guess what people should have been doing the whole time.
A lot of edge of your seat.
Yeah.
I mean, you're watching going,
nail biters and stuff. But yeah, but it's a movie, a genre that I had no experience in. It brought me in, it educated me, and it entertained me. But I'll tell you this right now, I had no interest to see. I knew this movie was coming out. I knew who made it. I didn't watch any of the Top Gun movies, and I will watch it on this channel. But when me and my wife were at the movies, and I saw that trailer, and I saw that what's his name from Snowfall? Mm-hmm. What's his name? I saw that the second I saw he was in it, I was like, I'm watching this movie. I'm like, yes, I'm glad he's getting some recognition. I was so afraid that after Snowfall, seasons that was a brilliant acting and work that he did. And even though he was on the short list of rumors for being like in a Marvel movie for Black Panther and whatnot, I was happy to see that he was in it. The second I saw he was in it, because I'm already like a Brad Pitt fan. I trust his movies, his acting and whatnot. But it still wasn't enough to make me go, I don't know. I don't know if I want to watch that. But the second I saw the rest of the cast, I'm glad I watched it. I was like, I'm going. And like the sound quality, the cinematography, just like you said, the way it was paced, the way it was shot, it was all good. It was all, was it some cheesy, like stereotypical like 90s bromance stuff? Yeah, but it worked. It worked, and it was great. So go see it, go check it out. I thought it's definitely worth it. this is a top level, top notch movie. I had a great time with it. I give it, I will say, what did I say, like 8.5 out of a 10. What you were ranking it or rating it? What would you, out of 5, out of 10, whatever? What's your ranking for?
Yeah, I'd say 8.5 or 9.
Yeah, 8.5
totally,
or 9. Yeah.
It's a good movie.
That's our thoughts on it. Let us know what you guys think when you go see it. If you've seen it already, what did you think about F1? Give us your review, your little quick thoughts on it. And like I always say, let's keep talking, guys. Share it with us. Okay. Other things that we saw in the out there. I guess we have some TV things that we saw. I'll do an asterisk real quick. I was supposed to do my homework and finish watching. We started watching Ironheart, and I got so busy with work and trying to get the show up, I didn't finish. I only saw the first episode. I'll just say this real quick about Ironheart. I didn't know where my expectations was. I thought that maybe this was going to be another like how I felt about like Echo and things like that, because I did not like the rollout of the character in Wakanda Forever. I liked Wakanda Forever, but I did not like the way they introduced the Ironheart character, because it just juxtaposed to how they introduced T'Challa in what was it, Civil War, and what we got in Black Panther. It was night and day. I thought the rollout was underwhelming, but from what I saw that first episode, I was like, okay, all right, I'm gonna keep watching this. But babe, you got to see more than what I saw. You got to see the first 3 episodes in completion. What do you think so far with 50% of the season?
I am enjoying it. The first episode, I will say, for me was a little slow for me. That I was like, I hope it gets better.
Yeah.
But the second and the third were fantastic.
Okay.
I enjoyed, and especially that by the end of the third one, I'm like, ooh, what?
Okay, I'm gonna have to catch up now. I'll wait till you take that shower and I'll get in.
So, I mean, because there's a lot of, I mean, I don't know when's the next 3 coming out. Is it
next week, I think?
Okay, because it's I'm like,
they clipped it.
Yeah.
They cliffhanger.
I mean, and I don't feel like they gave us too much in a trailer, because I'm still trying to figure out, like, what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But not in a bad way, like confused, like, I'm like, what are we doing here? But like, okay, I'm trying to, what's the angle? Where are we going? What's going on? So I'm. What's
the rub? Where's the other shoe gonna drop? Kind of.
I'm finding it very good. I personally like it.
I've heard people. So of course you got those assholes out there that the usual suspects, the freaks and framers. They did their whole panel of white guys making fun of it, talking about, like, I saw a clip where one dude was talking about what should the name of the AI. A girl should have been like Ashinka, or like names like Don Kwikwi, like it's stereotypical name. Here, here's a lesson for you assholes out there, geeks, gamers. Not that you would even care. Some of you probably even know this, but you're not gonna care what I'm about to tell you. You're not gonna care, because it's more important to you and more funny to you to make fun of it, while you guys constantly say, but we're not racist. Here's some education. You want to know why those names got so ridiculous, quote unquote, why black people for centuries had to name their children in these weird, or what you call ghetto names, is because of slavery. When you became someone's property and you got sold to someone else, mothers would lose their children. Fathers and mothers would lose their children and would never see them again. So they named their children very unique names, because if you were owned by someone with the last name Smith, technically your last name was Smith. So if you called your son John, there's a million John Smiths out there. If your child got sold, you will probably never see that kid again, because what are you going to say? Go to Mississippi, I need to find a slave named John Smith. So they would name their children very unique and complicated names. So if they ever got their freedom and wanted to try to find their family and buy their freedom, they would have to find them. If you couldn't find them, you couldn't buy them. You couldn't free them. So that's why those names, and that it just continued on. I didn't even know that until, and that's a part of my that's in my history, and but it's not. I'm not even gonna say mine. That's American history. That's American history. Period. But you guys won't care. You geeks and gamers, none of y'all will care. Y'all don't care because it's funnier for you to say, the AI's name should have been Bon Kui Kui or Shinkish, whatever the hell. Y'all thought that was funnier. So yeah. So I'll let you guys know that. Yeah. By the way, and fuck you guys. All right, but I need to finish watching those episodes, and I'll give you my thoughts on it, and after I finish binging it, and then we'll give you our binge review after we complete the season next week. All right, moving on, real quick. So for other TV, the more lighter news, we also got to see, what was the next show that we watched?
Resident Alien. The new season just came out.
What did you think about it? We finished season 4, right? Yeah,
we're up to what, episode 3?
Wait. Oh no, we just finished season 3. We just started season 4.
Yeah, because
okay, dropped. Yeah, right, that's right. It just dropped. So far, what do you think?
And it's a weekly show, so it's not a binge. Well, I guess you could wait till the end and binge it all, but it comes out once a week.
Yeah.
It's hilarious as usual.
Mm-hmm. Ellen
Tudyk is hilarious.
We usually will review a season after it's complete. There's a reason why I'm giving a little season 4, not a review, but how we feel about the seasons so far. We have Sarah Connor in there, back in there again. We have Alan in there. He's helping the humans try to figure out what the Greys are up to and stop them from destroying the Earth, or change the Earth for themselves.
Yeah, so they could take a bunch of the elements or something.
Yeah. But we're still on that mission. We're on that path. Time travel is involved, but it's a funny show, so we're enjoying it. And why are we bringing up Resident Alien? Because you guys need to be watching that show. It's funny. It's hilarious. Watch Resident Alien. But the reason why I brought it up, and we'll segue into the next topic, besides movies and TV shows, we also review conventions. And as a tradition, we've been going to Comicpalooza here in Houston in the George R. Brown Convention Center every year. We were invited once again to cover that event, and we surely did. And we took pictures with and hung out with some of the actors from Resident Alien. We were able to go into there, and most of this stuff is going to come out on our blog and on our socials. So stay tuned for that. I'm trying to catch up with the posting and everything. But we got to see the cast of Resident Alien talk on a panel. Mm-hmm. We took pictures with some of the actors. What was your best? So overall, this is our review of Comicpalooza 2025. Let's start with you, babe. What did you think about Comicpalooza this year?
Well, it was I think a little, what did we say, more chilled out?
Yeah. We said the vibe was different this time.
It was very
it was more low-key for some weird reason.
They removed some of the, because there used to be a huge red carpet in the center of the
with the logos in the back.
Yeah.
The backdrop logo.
And it was gone, so it made it seem very empty.
Yeah.
And so they spaced out all of the exhibits more, which just, it's good for traffic. It's not as crowded, but it also kind of made it seem way more open.
And it also felt, like I said, we talked about the vibe was a little different, and everybody we asked, we were like, yeah, it does kind of feel weird. That first on Saturday, we didn't go. We didn't go on Friday. We went on Saturday, and it just felt a little more low key for some weird reason. I don't know why the vibe was off, and then little things we started noticing, like you said, the backdrop with the red carpet thing was gone. Mm-hmm. So it took that vibe away from us. It was like, because people love taking pictures of it. We had it in Dallas Expo, right? Mm-hmm. Always. And we always used to have that backdrop in Comicpalooza, but the red carpet was gone this year. Then we got hungry and we wanted to eat. We went to go get something to eat, and there's nowhere to sit.
No tables.
So it's
Sunday
like,
there were tables.
they brought the
magically.
tables back on Sunday when half the people were there. So it felt very like corporate-y. Like somebody who was all about the bottom line was like, those tables are taking up real estate where we can put more exhibitors, at. So
No, I mean, it seemed that the wrestling arena was a big hit.
yeah. Maybe that's why they did that with the tables, but it was, I don't know. We didn't watch
But
the
it
wrestling
didn't
thing.
seem like there was plenty of open space that wasn't being used. They could have still had the tables there. But, I mean, the addition of the wrestling was cool because it seemed to be a big hit.
Yeah. I liked it. I thought it was cool. But overall, but that was just a few little pet peeves that we had from what we saw. Other than that, the vibe as far as the cosplayers was still cool. We took pictures and we talked with some people. We did more interviews than we conducted this time. So, and I'm going to have to reach out, just like I did with Dallas Expo, reach out to anybody. Obviously we did our typical, our standard Ruby Rod and the flight attendant, but you also did your Sally O'Malley.
I did.
Cosplay. We did that with Dallas Expo. We introduced the DJ Lance Rock and Sally O'Malley because we were celebrating. Like I said, guys, wish her happy birthday. We also celebrated Joy's birthday this week. So the Sally O'Malley was an homage to a birthday. I'm not gonna. You're not supposed to say names or numbers. I mean, but if she wants to, that's up to her. But usually, again, like when people see Ruby Rod, that's the you always get a lot of people going, I've never seen Ruby Rod here before, and it's like, this is my 4th year in a row. This is like a costume that I didn't even think anybody would care about, and if it wasn't for Joy, I would never have. And now it's the one costume that everybody reacts to the most. I do have a plan for next year. I got something, and I'm hoping it gives as much energy as the Ruby Rod does. I doubt it will until people notice, remember what it is. But
I mean, I know you've got a lot more footage to show, probably.
Oh, there's so much footage we got. You guys at Comicpalooza.
We found another flight attendant.
Oh yeah. So we took a lot of pictures. You see me sitting on my throne. Like I said, we saw and met the cast of Resident Alien. We weren't able to meet up with Alan.
His big line.
His line was too long. We didn't, we thought we would just, for the money to spend on it, let's just give a little love to the other actors. 3. So we got our pictures taken with Elite. I'm sorry, go. What was it?
Alice Wetterland, Corey Richards, and Sarah Tomko.
And who are all nice and awesome.
Corey Reynolds.
Corey Reynolds. Big Black and we had a good time. We had a good time with talking with them. And if you guys don't know, Alice, right?
Alice.
Yeah, she has a Star Trek podcast. She's a Trekkie. She's a huge Trekkie. So go out there, show her some love, and go follow that podcast. She's a huge Star Trek person. She's always on Twitch. She's got a good following on Twitch, and she's a gamer, I believe. But she's a Trekkie. I didn't know that about her.
I'll say Sarah Tomko also has an Etsy store. She creates upcycles earrings and recycles.
Okay. Yeah.
And sells earrings on Etsy.
Yeah. So support. Yeah. So sell them some support.
She had some there. I saw she was selling at her table, but
you should have showed her your hats because she plays a nurse. Oh my God, that would have been awesome. That would have been awesome marketing. She plays a nurse. You could have brought her some of your nurse hats, your scrub hats.
Well, I didn't know she did all that until we got there.
But just in general, the fact that her character plays a nurse, we got to think about that from next time. Like, if there's any celebrity guests in the next conventions that we go to, we want to take a picture with or whatever, if they are in the medical field, like let's say, what's his name from The Pit was coming out to a convention somewhere. Mm-hmm. You got to bring your scrub hats. You got to. Scrub hats and more by Joy. Another one of our sponsors here at T3 Media Studios.
In the panel, they had, which we didn't realize that it was how they did it.
Yeah.
Anybody, they were just like, everybody start lining up if you want to ask a question.
Oh yeah, we should have.
We thought they were like chosen people.
Yeah. No, it turns out it was open.
And
We could have asked the question.
at least the first, I don't know how long they continued it because I'm sure they were running out of things. But the first, at least several, they were just randomly. He had a cold brew can that he hadn't opened yet.
He just signed
Alan,
anything.
He just signed it and said, "Here."
They told Alan Tudyk, like, we are not giving autographs here. He was like, yes, we are. And he just started, we found random things and just started signing. It was funny. It was
Alice
hilarious.
Wonderland signed a bag of veggie chips.
Yeah.
They were just signing
signing shit.
random items on the stage.
Everybody that asked the question
Whoever
got
asked a question.
Yeah. Here's a mouse trap. We're gonna sign it or whatever. But it was funny. So I wish if I'd have known, I would have ran down there in my Ruby Rod costume and I would probably ask the question in character. Unbelievable if I would have ended it like that. It was funny when we took pictures with the actors that you guys can see here in there. There was always somebody in Alan's line who would goat me, be like, Ruby Rod! And I was trying to stay in characters, hoping that Alan would call us up since we were taking the attention away from him and all that. But you know, my dreams hardly ever come true. Anyway, but Comicpalooza, it was great. It was fun. We had a blast as always. We met our friends who attend Fusion High Podcast was there. We bumped into the two friends of ours who we've collabed with before. That also show love to the Ruby Rod character. David Smiley was there as we saw him in Static Shock cosplay, and the other gentleman who I did Ruby versus Ruby. It's on our social media. I forgot his name. I can't think of it again. It's if you go to TikTok, it's I think it's pinned, or if it's on Instagram, it's pinned on my movie Rod IG. You'll see Ruby Rod meets Ruby Rod. I was in the opera costume. He was in the leopard one, and we kind of had a Ruby off kind of a thing. It was funny. I mean, his cosplay when we bumped into him was an anime character, but yeah, it's always fun at Comicpalooza. The vibe was a little different this time, but it still overall was a blast, and I can't wait to go again next year. Guys, don't Comicpalooza, please don't take away the seats at the eating area. Don't do that. That's my main criticism. Keep the alcohol flowing and don't take away the chairs. We're old. I'm old, man. I'm an old man. All right, guys. See you in Houston, Comicpalooza next year, guys. All right, moving on. What's the last few things that we're going to talk about?
What's in the queue?
What's in the queue, guys? I mean, we haven't done a proper show on a Thursday in a while, so nobody's really mixing up with us live. You guys watching this live? If you're watching this after the fact, let us know what you guys want to talk about. Comment. I'm going to be engaging with you, whether it's on our social medias or in the chat right here. But let's talk about some of the movies that are turning 10, 20, and 30 years old today. Let's start off with 10 years back. What movies are turning 10? This is something that we do every now and then.
20 from back in 2015. Mad Max, Fury Road, Inside Out, Jurassic World, Avengers, Age of Ultron, and Star Wars, The Force Awakens.
Which one stands out to you the most for these movies that are turning 10 years old?
Probably the Avengers and Star Wars.
Age of Ultron is I remember people considered that the lesser Avengers movie, but now people are like giving it more love. We got Mad Max Fury Road, Star Wars, that one of the, I think it still has the biggest domestic box office of all time. Inside Out, I mean, we just had Inside Out 2 destroying the box office, man. Inside Out franchise that turns 10 years old. That's crazy. But that Jurassic World, that's the first Jurassic World movie, right? That was the first one that Chris Pratt did, right? That was the first Jurassic World, if I believe so. You didn't see it. But you see him riding with raptors, raptors and motorcycles. That was badass. The one thing I remember about Mad Max Fury Road is that Charlize Theron and Tom Hardy did not get along at all. They were at odds, so that was funny. All right, what movies are turning 12? Movies that are turning 10. What's next? What movie that are turning 20 years old?
From
today.
05, we have Batman Begins, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, Sin City, and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Movies that are turning 20 years old. Which one stands out to you the most?
Probably the Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
Did you see that in theaters?
Yeah.
You went to the theaters and saw that? I did. I kind of did too. Guess where I was when I saw that? I was in Iraq. We debuted it before it debuted in America. We got the film and we were like, we're going to play it. It's supposed to come out tomorrow, but we're going to play it now. Kind of a thing. We thought we were cool. But then I thought about the time difference. I'm like, no, we're playing it at the same time. but it was funny. Dean Cain was there. They were trying to get one of the actors from Star Wars to come out there with it, but it was funny. I was like, Dean Cain was there. That was when I met Dean Cain. I had him sign a Superman comic book for me, and then he told me that he thought Terry Hatcher was a bitch. Okay, thanks, Dean. That was weird. Lost respect for him that day. But then the military had him give a speech before Star Wars. I'm like, I should have shouted out. He's not even in this movie. Why are we listening to him? He's not in this movie. Boo.
Well, I mean, at Comicpalooza this past weekend, Hayden Christensen was there.
Yeah.
And his line was ridiculous.
They
They had him behind Kurt. You couldn't even see him.
He signed, gave autographs. He signed Funko Pops and stuff. He would give like lines from the movie and the TV shows and Obi-Wan and stuff like that. Yeah. But
he did a panel, I heard too. We didn't see that.
Oh, we didn't see that. Yeah. But which one stands out to me? I didn't watch Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I didn't. But Batman Begins, that stands out to me. You had the original Rachel from what's her name from Dawson's Creek. What's her name? Katie Holmes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. In that one, Christian Bale as Batman. They were trying to reboot the franchise. Christopher Nolan stepping it up, and before we got the epic Dark Knight movie. But those are the movies that are turning 20. What about movies that are turning 30? What do we got?
We've got Toy Story, the OG, Braveheart, Apollo 13, Seven, and Clueless.
What stands out to me, obviously Clueless, but Seven, the what's in the box kind of a thing. Which ones stand out to you?
I mean, all of those are such. I've seen all of those.
You watched them all?
Except for Braveheart. I didn't see Braveheart.
Oh yeah, I've seen Braveheart. That was.
But all the others I've seen more than once.
They will never take our freedom. The only one on that list that I have not seen was I still have not seen Apollo 13.
I have several times.
That's Houston. We have a problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as a Houstonian, I'm gonna lose my Houston card. Toy Story. That was the first. Yeah, that was the first big motion picture by Pixar, right? Toy Story Part 1. From doing Listerine commercials to Steve Jobs buying them out and turning him and introducing them to Disney to the epic powerhouse that they are today. It's crazy. Yeah, look up those. I'm not joking. Listerine commercials. That was Pixar. That wasn't just the bouncing lamp. They had Listerine bottles flipping all over the place. It was crazy in the 90s.
I just saw a thing today that just popped up on my FYP that I didn't realize. Tom Hanks' brother does the voice of Woody for most everything that you see. Not in the movies, but like
maybe the TV shows,
any commercials,
anything that Tom doesn't have time to do.
His brother does it.
He's like, yeah,
he sounds just like him.
Give Tim Hanks a check. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. I did hear about that.
Somebody asked him in an interview. He's like, "Is that an urban legend?" He's like, "Urban legend." He's like, "No, absolutely, he does it."
We have the same. We have the same voice. Somebody put a snake. There's a snake in my boots. But yeah, Seven. What's in the box? Clueless. Just saw that Stacey Dash was trending for some weird reason. She tried to recreate the video that she did for Kanye West, the All Falls Down thing or whatever. Like whatever years later, she was in the news. Recently, I heard it was an epic fail for some reason. And I commented on it too. I'm like, Stacey Dash, why are you? I mean, it's been 30 years since Clueless. Why don't you do an homage to Clueless? Why would you remind us that you work with a black person who calls himself a schmatzy?
There were several of the characters at Fan Expo. Alicia Silverstone was supposed to be there, but she had to cancel last minute. But there were some other characters actors and actresses that were from that movie.
We miss Brittany Murphy. But yeah, those are the movies that are turning 10, 20, and 30 years old. I think that was it, right? That was the last thing.
Coming soon.
Coming soon. Yeah, what's on the list for the movies that are coming soon this month? So guys, I put it in the poll, so I'll keep the poll up for a while, and I think the results, what people were saying was, I think Superman was the most anticipated one, right? People were that's the one people mostly voted for, because I asked that question, what's your most anticipated movie for this Marvel versus DC thing? Was it Superman or was it Fantastic Four? I think you guys said you're more looking forward to Superman. And real quick, what's coming soon? What was it? Fantastic. Oh, here we go. Superman is coming out with July the 11th. We have advanced tickets to passes to go see that, so we'll be reviewing that one before it comes out. We'll share our thoughts on it. I saw a TV spot on it with him and with Superman and Lex Luthor. I don't know if you've seen it, but I'll show it to you real quick. It was pretty good. I liked it, and of course, people are bashing anything because we miss Henry Cavill. Well, y'all didn't go to those damn movies, and that's why the Snyderverse failed. But but the Fantastic Four or Superman? Which one are you more excited for?
I want to see them both really bad.
You want to see how? Yeah. Fantastic Four is coming out on the July the 25th is when Fantastic Four comes out, but July the 11th is Superman. So there's got some that's 2 weeks. Yeah, they got some good separation. So no cannibalizing of the fans or anything like that. So that's the movies that are coming out this week. Let us know what movies that you guys are seeing, what shows you guys are seeing, what you guys want to review, what you guys want us to talk about. And like I always say, guys, let's keep talking. Let's close the show out. Any final thoughts? Anything you want to say? Any questions, comments, concerns? Anything, babe?
I don't think
Happy birthday, my love. I love you so much. Thank you for.
I'm 50, by the way, and I can kick and I can stretch.
Oh yeah, I'm stretching you out real good. Yeah. Keep the camera on it. Zoom in, Greg. Like I have somebody operating the camera. I'm like, there's nobody behind these cameras. Zoom in, Greg. Zoom in. There she is. Zoom in. Yeah. Stretch her out. Yeah. All right, guys. Don't forget, hit the like button. Let us know what you guys think in the comments section on any of the topics that we talk about. Subscribe. Become a subscriber. Help us out. You guys can help us out by you can donate. You can send a super chat. Go to T3 Media's on our streamlabs.com/tips or T3 Media's studios/tips. Something like that. Maybe I should display it. Maybe instead of trying to remember stuff, maybe I should do that. Maybe I should just have things displayed like this. Boom. Like follow us at T3 Media Studios on all socials like that. Yeah, that's professional besides me trying to remember stuff, right? Or here's another one. Bam. You want to listen to us on our podcast? There you go. On any spot podcast of choice, that's where we'll be on at T3 Media Studio. So don't forget to follow us on our podcast. Streamlabs.com/T3 Media Studios /tips if you want to send us or something or here on YouTube. Yeah, if you want to donate, we really do appreciate it. You're not obligated to do it. You just better or else. Besides that, guys, thank you guys for watching. Let us know what you guys think of the topics that we talked about. Share your questions, comments, concerns. Follow us on all socials. I'm Chris Fagan. You can follow me on all the socials at T3 Media Studios or at Chris W. Fagan or Chris Fagan on the socials on X, Instagram, TikTok, or on T3 Media Studios. And baby, if people want to find you online, where can they do so?
My TikTok is Viola Fagan, and my Instagram is Scrub Hats and More by Joy.
Do I have the overlay? No, I don't. Where'd it go? I'm sorry, babe. I don't have your lower thirds up there, so I'll fix that for next week. Guys, follow us until next time. We'll see you next week. Maybe on Talking to the Movies, or maybe Talking to the Medias, or maybe bringing up old shit. We'll figure it out. See you then. Peace. Thank you guys for watching our video. I really do appreciate it. Remember, you can support our show by becoming a member or a patron. So click the subscribe button. Don't forget to ring the bell for notifications so you'll never miss out on when we go live or post new content. Let's stay connected, grow this community together. Like, subscribe, comment, and let's keep talking.